welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Roboto. Today I want to share with you a couple books I picked up recently concerning the artist Dave Stevens. Dave Stevens was primarily a comic book artist back in the 1980s, 1990s. Unfortunately, he passed away of leukemia in, I believe it was 2008, and it seriously reduced his artistic output. He is an artist who seems to have been influenced by Jim Steranko, Jack Kirby, and the like. He does a lot of women, a lot of pinups, and I'm going to show you both of these books. First, we'll start with Dave Stevens' Covers and Stories. This particular book, this is a first printing. It was printed in July 2012, and it deals with Dave Stevens' Covers and Stories, and it is by IDW Publishing, and it is probably my favorite out of the two because I like comic books, and this has a lot to do with his comic book art. There's an introduction, nice introduction by Adam Hughes, who I didn't realize was so heavily influenced by Dave Stevens, and now I see that influence clearly. I'm not going to be able to show you everything, I think, from here. Otherwise, I might get a copyright strike. But basically what this book does is it shows you the different covers, and those covers are in black and white. They'll blow them up because I really like this. It shows the blue pencil. It really shows his, his art without color. At first, I was a little disappointed, thinking, well, there's no color to these like in the original comic book. Again, though, you get to see his art in black and white, and I think there's some real value to that. And what it has done, of course, has prompted me to buy the actual comic book. So I do have these in color. And I'm going to upload a video sometime after this one showing you all the different comic book covers that Dave Stevens put out that I was able to acquire and I have in my collection. And this book has actually helped me to figure out what books are out there in the marketplace. This is interesting. This was done in May of 1985, and then apparently he redid it in 2003. Difference in the face for sure, and the hair. Very interesting. Did a brilliant Marilyn Monroe. So basically, this is the layout. What you're going to see is the cover in black and white on one page and close-ups. Mr. Monster. Does a good Elvis. There are a couple colors here. Oh, here we go. If they colored everything in this book, it would probably cost a lot more than it does. Right now, you can have this for $49.99 in the United States. It is for mature readers. And if it was in color, you're probably looking over, well over $100 for a book like that, which honestly, I would pay for. But nonetheless, this is a nice tribute and a nice collection of the comic book covers and art of Dave Stevens. That's a real popular one right there. He even did Johnny Quest. This is a cover to the Comics Journal number 117. Twisted Tales number 1. Jungle Comics. Again, it looks like Shauna, Queen of the Jungle. There's clearly his Kirby influence right there. Space Vixens. Cheval Noir #1. He did a lot of Betty Page. Now this one's in color, and this is probably one of his least interesting covers, at least in my opinion. Did a great Vampirella, or Vampirella. There's a little bit of a gutter loss here, so you're not getting the full picture, which is a bit of a disappointment. I think I would almost rather have this sideways on the page so you can see it. Towards the, oh, here we go. Here's a picture of Dave Stevens himself. And again, unfortunately, he died March 11, 2008, after a long battle against leukemia. And he would have been a very popular artist had he lived. His women are absolutely stunning, very beautiful to look at. There's Betty Page again. Here you can really see his Steranko influence in that picture. And there's definitely his Kirby influence. Although it looks like here Kirby drew it and Stevens inked it. It's interesting. Captain America. Oh, that's a great Captain Marvel. It's from 1974. He did, obviously, pinups. Wow, that's fantastic. That's one of my favorites there. Again, at Betty Page. There's an awesome Phantom Lady. There was another one here. Oh, this one. Catwoman, Who's Who in the DC Universe #4. He didn't do a lot for Marvel, didn't do a lot for DC. Most of his books were independent. So it's really nice to see him do some of this Marvel and DC work. I really like his Batman, and I like his Catwoman down there. That's pretty cool. Included in here are not just covers, but there are some stories, I guess, that were not published. Did a fantastic Marilyn Monroe. And his stuff comes from a real pulp background, you know, pulp fiction. The style, art style from the early Golden Age sort of noir style. There's Aurora. I think that's one of his creations. Here's one Cosmo Cat. It's kind of cool. I really like this book a lot. I learned a lot about Dave Stevens from this. This book is also published by IDW. And this one retails for $50. And this one, like I said, this one is a third printing from December 2014. So this one made a third printing, which I don't know what that means, if because this is the first printing, whether they printed more of these, less of these, and they had to go to multiple printings. This book is going to be more sketches, obviously, and studies like this. So you're not going to get, you know, you know, full pages or anything like that. And it's interesting, Dave Stevens didn't like doing sketches or sketchbooks for cons. And a friend of his told him, hey, look, you know, this is how you make money and survive in this industry. And he soon changed his mind, started doing sketchbooks for conventions. You know, again, unfortunately here, you've got some gutter loss, which interferes with the picture, but still, again, I'd rather see it all on one page, maybe sideways, than get that bit of gutter loss. Obviously, a lot of nudes in here. If you're into life drawing nude women, this would be the book for you. There's less of the superhero element involved, although there is some of that here, like Phantom Lady. Of course, you know, there is sort of a sexualized aspect to it because she's wearing a sheer outfit. But back in the day, you know, of course, all this was okay and it was all acceptable, and it's art, and I still think it is today, although some people might disagree. This is a great picture here of Dolphin. This is a character from one of Aquaman's characters, I guess. Beautiful picture of that. Really nice sketch. You get to see a work in progress like this. You know, you get to see his artistic side here. I mean, you know, as a process, you know, instead of just a finished product, you get to see, you know, the sausages being made, so to speak. You know, you're going to like this book if, you know, you're an artist or a budding artist or somebody who's really interested in Dave Stevens and Dave Stevens' style here. Really quality paper. Looks like he was doing a Spider-Man story there. Again, there's some redundancy between this book and the covers book. This was in that. It's also in here, except on this one, I think you get that nice sketch. A little bit more behind the scenes. You know, again, you know, here's this. There's some overlap between that and this book. That was in the other book. You know, it's going to happen, but you're also going to get something like this, which wasn't in the other book. I'm going to kind of just flip through it a little bit. Again, there's Dave Stevens. Again, unfortunate. Seems to be a real young guy when he went. The art index in the back tells you where the sketches and covers are coming from. It's kind of unfortunate that it's at the back because you have to go flip back, but then by the same token, you're getting nice clean pages. Although I wouldn't have minded, you know, a reference at the bottom as to where it came from. If you like that kind of stuff, then you got to flip to the back. Dave Stevens also, I forgot to mention, did The Rocketeer. Very famous for The Rocketeer drawing, and made quite a living off of that, I do believe. Oh, that's nice. Detective Comics, Batman, Catwoman, and the Joker. Again, unfortunate that there's some gutter loss here and that you can't see that. I wouldn't mind seeing that all on one page. And it would have been nice to be able to see it in color. But again, the cost of this book would probably be so expensive, it might be a little bit prohibitive. All right, well, hopefully that gives you a good idea of what you will be getting if you decide to purchase these books. Um, Again, if you're into comic books and covers, this is the book for you. If you're more into, say, nude female life drawing, sketches, the art process, you would probably enjoy this book a little bit more. I say, if you like this, get them both. They're available at Amazon, and I'm sure there are used copies available on eBay and elsewhere as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.